What's up, everybody? Let's crack into it. It's Wednesday night. You made it. Cheers to you. And cheers to everyone here at the SwingJuice Sports Drop. What's up, everybody? Your old pal, Nick Fitzy Stevens here. 7 o'clock on a Wednesday night, and everything is supposedly all right. This is kind of like all of our Patriots live streams, Fitzy and friends, except now we've got a sponsor. That's right, our friends at SwingJuice.com, a fun lifestyle and apparel brand for golf fans and baseball fans everywhere. I mean, look at the budget on this thing now. We even had fancy music and fun graphics to kick things off. Tonight on the show, me and my buddy Dakota from Braintree. We're just two boys from Braintree, loving life and talking sports. We're going to talk the slow start to Patriots free agency, a Wednesday to forget for the Red Sox in spring training, and we are going to cure you of your March sadness with a busting of the brackets like you have never felt or seen before. Now, listen, when I bring in a co-host, I do my due diligence. I do extensive research. I make sure this someone who's on the program with me has the knowledge, has the passion, and that they do the preparation to be able to engage you, the passionate sports fans of New England, Boston, and all over the worldwide of Boston and Patriots Nation, so that this person can share in their knowledge and make sure they up the level and don't just bring a little something to the table. So tonight, our pal from SwingJuice, Steve Dakota Happas, sends me this video of his pregame for this evening's preparation.
Oh, yeah. Give us a spin.
Buffalo Bills. I apologize. That's not Dakota. That's a Buffalo. Actually, that's an amazing wrong click by me. Hey, listen, I'm producing and hosting at the same time. It's not easy. This was Dakota's pregame to get ready for the show tonight. That's right. While I'm saving cues, gathering tweets, doing research, and aggregating everything necessary to give you guys top flight Wednesday sports live stream action, Dakota is burying a dirty martini and having dinner at Davio's. To which I reply, must be nice. Must be nice. All right, let's bring him in. He is the CEO and co-owner of SwingJuice, one of the best scratch golfers all over the South Shore, and the man has never met a bar pizza he didn't like. The one and only Dakota from Braintree, Steve Dakota Happas. What up, dog?
What's up, Fitzy? Martini large right now, and those blue cheese stuffed olives went down smooth. That's all I got to say.
That's the way you Wednesday, my man. That is 1,000% the way you Wednesday. You know, you having a martini before we live stream reminds me of Kevin Millar in the 2004 idiot Red Sox chugging the shots of Jack Daniels, doing the Jack shot. That started Game 6, the 2-0 shutout, Kurt Schilling and company in Game 6 before, obviously, the ass whipping in Game 7. And did you hear that story from 2010? The Patriots went to Chicago, and they ended up absolutely, kicking the crap out of the Bears, something like 36-7, 38-7. Early December 2010. Welker did not want to go out in the sub-freezing temperatures, and there was a driving sideways snowstorm. So Welker wanted to do a shot of Jack to warm up before the game, and he tried to convince Brady to do the same, and Brady wouldn't do it. Welker went out and had the game of the season he had 8 for 115. Deion Branch had 8 for $150 and a touchdown. But he played his ass off because you want to know why? He lubed up. He didn't care. He got it. That's the way to do it. That's game prep.
So thus he had some swing juice, basically, right? Because we usually do that for the golf course. You walked right into that one.
I am nothing more than a living plug and promo as I wear one of 3 custom football jerseys from my guys at Vitamin C Brewing, and I enjoy a 617 lager. Cheers and shout out, salute to my friends at Lord Hobo on the grand opening tomorrow night on St. Patrick's Day, no less, of Lord Hobo Seaport. So if you want to get your boom sauce fresh in the sexiest area of Boston, check them out, Lord Hobo Seaport. All right,
you know what a lot of people are probably pissed at? That you're not doing a St. Patty's Day live stream. Or are you doing one tomorrow night?
I don't know if I'm I mean define host able. I don't know exactly if I'll be in the right shape. I mean, first, just not to go up on a rant, but isn't St. Patrick's Day either just it's it's temporary Irish Christmas / one of the quintessential amateur beverage-soaked holidays. Like, no, you're not. Don't go out on St. Patty's. No one goes out on New Year's Eve. Blah, blah, you know what I mean? Like don't be no one going out on the 4th of July.
I had my birthday week this week, so to me, my birthday always aligned with St. Patty's Day because I always remember when I turned 21, I was down in Tampa Bay at Bennington's, and I remember walking in at 11:58 with my ID when I was 20 years old. And handed him my ID, and he's like, "You just got to wait one more minute." And I walked in, and I was 21 legally, and I could drink on St. Patty's Day. Oh. Actually, no, that was the 14th. So I don't know. It was something to that extent, but it's always on St. Patty's Day week. And that's not to mention that I ended up.
A Bennington.
There was a Bennington's. Well, it is St. Patty's Day week. That's not to mention that the Mons Venus that I showed up later that night for the first time. If you know what the Mons Venus is.
We got our first. Here we go. Let's just. We can't even get into the brackets just yet. Hold on, Pat McSweeney. Hey, I just want to say Wakanda TV. What's up, Fitzy? What's up, Wakanda TV? Wakanda TV forever. Brendan Smith. What's up, Fitzy? Stan Moore. You're a beast. No, you're a beast for checking in with us. Thanks for hanging on a Wednesday night. Eddie Jacobs. Go Irish. Cousin Chris is in the house. Peace to you, my friend. And we begin. Let's go right off the top. Here we go. Our friend Drashir Eidnock, thoughts on Bill signing Von Miller. Dude,
can I say something? Wait a minute. Hold on one second. Yeah. Hold on. You need like a Keno girl relating to like live stream. So this way the girl is taking the notes and will side saddle in and go, oh, so someone wants to talk about thoughts on Von Miller. Like we need a Keno girl for live stream, if that makes any sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, perhaps Kirsten Engvall Turner, Fitzy, you're the best. No, KET, you know me, you're the best. Maybe perhaps you should be the quote Keno. Also, by the way, it is 2022. We are post-sexual revolution. Are we allowed to say Keno girl? Are we not allowed to say? Am I going to get canceled for saying that now?
No, I mean, no.
Keno person? Is it Kenoster?
Kenostress? Kenister.
The Kenister, yes. We'll be for a Kenoster with our huge amped up budget. No, I would love to. I mean, like, what did they have on? Pardon the interruption. What do they have? They had Stat Boy, right?
Right, they have somebody come in, right? They had a winner.
That was Tommy Reale, who took over on ultimately took over on Around the Horn, which has only been on TV 17 years too long.
Or wasn't it the old Mike Adams show when he was doing mornings at 15:10? He had Candy come in and like read the emails. Do you remember that?
I mean, Greg Hill had Danielle for 15 years between AAF and EEI. I mean, everyone needs them. A Candy on 1510 The Zone, great station. R.I.P. A Danielle Murr, or just your classic run-of-the-mill corner bar, county watering hole, Keno gal. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, but I'm going to have to play my own Keno gal. But luckily, using these fabulous streaming portals allows for me to play my own Keno gal. Dun, 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 dun. Tonight's first topic: the Patriots slow as shit in free agency. Let's get right off to it. Right before we took to the stream tonight, dude, to add insult to injury, to just pile the misery on the malaise, you had Jakob Johnson and Brandon Bolden signed with the Raiders. Josh continues to establish Patriots West, Patriots Golden Nugget, Patriots Vegas, whatever you want to call it. Everybody please put away your, I'm going to laugh so hard the next time Josh calls a 3rd and 2 draw to Brandon Bolden, but he does it out by the strip. Bolden was great for the Patriots in both stints. Undrafted running back out of Ole Miss who turned into a power back, special teams whiz, the occasional receiver. He was the flex seal for the offense last year as guys were figuring out what their roles and routes were, and James White went down against the Saints. Jakob Johnson, good fullback. Now we're going to have to either get a free agent, maybe see if Dalton Keene can stay healthy for the first time in his friggin' career with the Patriots. And then Buffalo signed O.J. Howard and Von Miller right after that. I know people call this the worst time of year for Pats fans because everyone's freaking out. What's Belichick doing? Has he lost his marbles? What happened to last year? Tell me there's a plan. What's the plan?
The plan is to kind of pick up all the scraps that are left on the floor. That's what the plan is. Like, at least if the scrap is Jamison Crowder, I'm all in. Because I think
Jamison Crowder, okay.
As the other day, Jacoby Myers, as we all love Jacoby Myers, we love to see guys that have no athletic talent decide to actually do something, and Jacoby Myers is one of those guys. So to me, Jacoby Myers, analytically, not to me, but analytically, was one of the worst efficient slot receivers in the NFL last year, if you did not know that.
Yes, he was.
So, Jamison Crowder, with the guys of Christian Kirk, Braxton Berrios, who they did draft, we all know that, Jamison Crowder, they need the dwarfs. I heard people say we need Allen Robinson.
The pygmies, that's right.
Yeah, I don't want Allen Robinson. Do you know why? Because we'll just F it up if he's here.
Too talented.
Exactly.
He has too much athletic ability.
Exactly.
He's like, his agent probably keeps calling and Belichick, no. Actually, Matt, can you take this? I don't care. Is it Grow, Patricia? I don't care. One of you guys take this. I'm busy. Linda and I are meeting with the Happases. We're going to Domino's.
Yeah, so Jamison Crowder would be a good pick for them. That would be an upgrade in the slot. I want Jamison Crowder, and then I want to draft a guy, and I actually have my sleeper already in the draft.
I give me right here, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me just yell. Hey, producer, the one that doesn't exist, it's me. Save this drop, Dakota. Lay it down right now.
Calvin Austin, Memphis State.
Calvin Austin from Memphis State. Ooh, okay. See, because a lot of people are going with North Dakota State's Christian Watson, who's a long, tall, athletic freak who can run like a 4.2 40 on the outside. Because, I mean, you heard Phil Perry on NBC Sports Boston say, like, yeah, a lot of guys told him at the Combine. Phil said it in his dapper, Milton, born and bred, super handsome, fabulous Phil Perry way. Said that people at the Combine told him it was easy to play single high safety and defend the Patriots on the outside last year because nobody respected their vertical game. So then one might deduce, Bill Belichick, genius of football that he is, forgotten more in the last 5 minutes than we'll remember in both of our lifetimes, might think, maybe I should get one of those outside guys this year. That might be nice. Because the Patriots are really good at running routes that do this.
Yeah,
but
that's
they
what I'm
need
saying.
routes that do this.
No, you see, I'm against it. I really am against it. I am. The routes that go like this, those are the running backs, like the Boldens that just go.
Those are the touchdown scoring routes.
Exactly.
We got to stop that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I want just a bunch of Smurfs. I want a three-headed. I want Jacoby Myers to be the third best slot receiver on this team. I want Jamison Crowder. I want to draft Calvin Austin. He is somewhere in the mid-round. You're not even going to have to spend a 1 or a 2, maybe even a 3 on this guy.
Right.
So to me, that's where you have to go from an offensive standpoint. And then, you know what? Then it doesn't matter. If you have you don't even need an offensive line if you get Smurfs that get open within like 8 to 10 yards. Because it's a 3-step drop and you never have to worry about dropping back.
So you're looking for a little wiggle. You want some shimmy and some shake and bake right off the line. You're looking for Chris Hogan to be the tallest, fastest receiver on the field. You want tight ends. You want a power back or a set of power backs in the case of Mondre and Harris, and then you just want a bunch of guys that can just have a little twitch, little this way, going that way, go this way, go that way, and just get open over the middle in the days of Amendola, Edelman, and James White. Okay.
So let me tell you this, and I know that we're getting way ahead of the curve here because we were going to talk about college basketball, but the Patriots jumped to the forefront. I will say this. I'm going to make some bold predictions already for the New England Patriots. One, okay, that they have the best riding game in the NFL next year, okay? And Ramon Stevenson becomes the next Derrick Henry, all right? That's for one. He's that good. Year 2, breakout year for him. Second, the tight end that was brought in with so much money last year that did 0, not Hunter Henry, okay? But
Smith.
But Yanu, okay, he is going to have...
You respect him so much you call him Yanu.
Yanu, okay. I am a fountain of misspellings, pronunciations of anything. I mean, I called Case Cunningham on one of my live streams, and I'm still taking heat for it.
Can be forgiven.
Anyways, with Yanu, okay, Yanu Smith, okay, last year he did 0. And the reason why
is
because
it's not a hot take.
And the reason why, if you look at his previous success in Tennessee, he was the most efficient tight end on play action passes. And when Janu Smith was in the games last year, they
I'm never not calling him Janu Smith from now on.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. But let me tell you something. They don't play action pass when he was in there. Tennessee used to run play action pass. That's all
Tannehill does.
I know, and that was the effectiveness of that tight end. So basically, we gave a tight end a whole lot of money to come in here, and we didn't even run the right offense for him. So hopefully now, with our offensive quarterback jettisoned for that AFC West, now the NFC West has become the AFC West with all the great teams in it, that hopefully the offense...
Insane.
Hopefully the offensive coordinator this year in the running game will be the priority, that they'll do a lot more play actions, and Janu Smith will have that final breakout year, the money that we were going to pay. That's my prediction with it.
All right, well, Josh here, I've points out, hey, guys, any thoughts on Shaq Mason leaving?
No.
And listen, by the way, I just want to say, your team shouldn't be built upon or torn down by a surplus or lack of guards. But at the same time, I think it's okay to say, it's not my favorite trade. I mean, if Shaq Mason finishes in the top 40 on Pro Football Focus's top 101 players in the NFL and is still playing on a reasonable value at only $10 million a year, trading him for a fifth to go protect Brady after he loses his two guards, one to retirement and then one to the Cincinnati Bengals, okay, I can still stomach that. Wherever he goes is fine. But for a fifth-round pick to clear cap space, when you could have just paid some upfront money to Hunter Henry and to Matt Judon, who deserves a raise for being the best friggin' front office recruiter for the Patriots this week, I don't necessarily love it. And then his Cavs family points out, hey, guys, last I heard, Trent Brown visiting the Seahawks. I know it's just a meeting, and Trent Brown told Josina Anderson a couple hours ago, it's just a meeting. He wants to see what's out there. Patriots are definitely still in the mix. I'm hoping he shows a little loyalty to the Patriots, considering they rescued him twice and Bill got him paid once, which should take care of him, his family, all the ladies tattooed on his arms, and then some for life. But offensive line now, Ted Karras, they underbid on Karras, who was awesome last year. He goes out to Cincinnati because they have a deficit of guards. Hell, dude, if they had any guards, they would have won the Super Bowl because Jamar Chase was 10 yards past Ramsey on the fourth down play where he tried to flick it to Pirine. So literally right now, the free agency needs for the Patriots are cornerback, lineback, defensive line, offensive line, wide receiver, fullback. Aside from that, how was the show, Mrs. Lincoln?
Well, the way that I look at it, offensive linemen, I don't care what they do, honestly. If this was a team that got to the AFC Championship or even the Super Bowl and their offensive line crumbled, I'd be like, yeah, it's important to maintain. But we're not there yet. So let Bill shuffle the deck, right? Try to draft, pick up some unrestricted free agents, mash up that offensive line to what you need to, and start building from within again. Because there's no reason to overpay offensive linemen unless you actually have a chance on going to an AFC Championship or a Super Bowl. And they're not there yet. As much as we like the Patriots, they're not there. They're not there yet. Could they win a playoff game? Absolutely. That's my bar. That's my bar for next year. Make the playoffs and win.
By the way, welcome to my bar. This has been my bar the last 2 years.
I almost had a DJ in here. I was going to bring a DJ in here anyways, get the Wheels of Steel going in the background, have some beats coming in. That would have been fun.
Totally. We're going to get the Keno girl. We're going to have a DJ. We're going to go full Talladega Nights, like John C. Reilly's wedding. We're going to have like a nacho cheese.
Speaking of John C. Reilly, have you watched that new Magic Johnson?
How do you like it, by
Netflix? I love it. I mean,
it's on 2 episodes in on HBO. They had to call it Winning Time. Can you believe they had to also, by the way, I'm going to see if I can get Jeff Pearlman, the author of the book Showtime, who also wrote How the Bad Guys Won, the 86 Mets story, Boys Will Be Boys, the story of the Cowboys. He's a great writer. They had to call the show Winning Time, though, because HBO bought the rights and developed it with Adam McKay, and they couldn't call it Showtime because they didn't want anyone thinking HBO was running a show called Showtime. Yeah. So it's Winning Time. I liked the first episode. I thought it was fun. But of course, all Boston fans are like, I'm not watching it. It's total garbage. Like, all right, there'll be a show about the Celtics in time. We'll figure it out. But right now, enjoy this coke-fueled story of Magic Johnson the nonsense of the 80s and a cautionary tale about 80s. Okay.
Yeah, and the showstopper, Chickless is the red owlback in the series.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah, yeah. So
awesome.
it's pretty good. I can't wait for the episode 3. So.
Last thing on the Patriots I'll say is this: I hope that and let's have let's go ahead and have fun at the expense of the Buffalo Bills again and play the ass naked Bills fans from the tailgate last November.
Oh yeah, give us a spin. Yes, how about that, Danny? All right.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing but the finest up in Orchard Park. I hope that Bill is able to do what Bill has done before a million times. And just when I ask these questions, I'm asking questions like somebody who hosts a show tries to drive a narrative and gather engagement should do, which is just ask questions, be curious. Believe me, my foundational belief in Bill Belichick and everything Patriots is not shaken. I know there's a ton of the lack of sleeves that Bill Belichick presents on the sideline on a regular basis, Dakota. I hope he's able to let everyone else this year, now that they don't have enough to pot splash and go all in early like they did last year during the spending spree, I hope that he's like you said, sifts through the after stuff, finds all these guys he's always wanted to work with, traded for that kid Mac Wilson, sending Winovich out to Cleveland, finds guys who are either pains in his ass, thorns in his side, or value picks along the way, builds just a team full of solid working class, military grade, cast off humps who want to come in and work hard and restore the legacy and pride of Belichick, the Patriots, that, a grinding defense. They'll probably play a lot of zone this year, but just, hit hard and make sure people don't forget the time they came to Foxborough in 2022. After that, considering we've seen 6 Super Bowls in this life, guys, I got nothing else to ask for. Oh, and maybe Max throws 30 touchdowns.
Well, the other thing that you mentioned that they're going to have to play a lot of zone this year, that's fine because you have to play zone against mobile quarterbacks because if you're playing man-to-man, you're keying in on your man going in the defensive backfield, and that's when the quarterbacks, the Josh Allens of the like or the Tuas or whoever else is back there, they're just going to run for 30 yards down the field. So you have to play more zone when you're playing against mobile quarterbacks. That's the only thing that neutralizes the quarterback to keep them in the pocket. So maybe Bill knows something. He says covering isn't that important. We're going to be zone. He's always ahead of the curve when it comes to this stuff. So, and it's weird. That's why I think he's been going more running back the last couple of years is because he sees that these teams, instead of going for strength and they're worrying about building up their pass defense, that means they're exposed to the run. Bill's going to build up the big running back presence, and that's where he's been going, and he has success. He's had success.
Dakota,
if the
Bill
Patriots
Ryan's
had a defense.
watching on Facebook right now says, you have to be serious, and I'm a diehard Patriots fan for 42 years. They will not make the playoffs next year. Just get real.
Well, I think they have a shot. They made it this year with a rookie quarterback.
Right.
So how can he say? I wish you could bring him on right now because I want to know why. Because what did he say last year? Did he probably predict the Patriots that they were only going to win 6 games? Probably. He's probably that guy.
Uh-huh.
He's probably that guy.
What did you say last year?
Exactly, Bill. Exactly. All right.
Challenge
so just
accepted,
to make
Bill.
Yeah.
Accept the challenge. Come on, you cowards.
Yeah. Bring Bill on for Christ's sakes.
Amstel 54, dude. We better nail this draft. All I'm saying too. By the way, speaking of the draft today, folks, just a little teaser as to what the old hoodie was up to.
Matt Patricia, to answer your question, Roman, in just doing a quick Google search of Matt Patricia images, the pencil is literally in every one. Cannot confirm that it's the same number 2, but I believe it might be. Never seen it on the left ear either. Always the right. Always the right.
See, can I say something?
Bill, what's that?
Can I say something first? If you're going to show
Please,
Matt Patricia in this time, there's only one question.
Hold on 1 second. On line 1, let's go to Dakota from Braintree. Dakota, you're next on the SwingJuice Sports Drop.
Yeah, so if you talk to Matt Patricia, I want to know, there's a crisis going on in the space station. The Russians are going to leave behind the U.S. guy that's up there. Matt, since you're a rocket scientist guy, how can you bring the guy back if the Russians leave you up there? That's what I want to know. Right? Because they're just going to leave him there. They've already said he's not coming home with us. So now we got to figure out how to get one of our astronauts from the space station back home. And Matt Patricia seems to be the right guy.
Yeah, it was Bill, Matt, and Matt. So Matt Patricia and Matt Groh today at the Georgia Pro Day. And considering Georgia's going to have 3 guys from their defense go in the first round, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, and Trayvon Walker, the edge player, it's great to see them out there. I don't know if that means that if it tips their hand the same way Belichick was at the Alabama Pro Day last year, worked out Mac Jones, had a terrible workout. Still, that's okay. He drafted him. Turned out pretty good, and I think he's going to have a better sophomore season. I think you're going to see a lot of fresh blood as they try to get younger, faster. And last year was let's buy our way back into relevance, integrate these guys, sign some veterans, the culture guys that they've made a priority in free agency so far. Like you said, go discount shopping at the dollar store, and then they'll figure it out. Look,
well, TJX. I don't need a dollar store. I mean, I'm picking up free.
Maybe
I'd like this. TJ, though they're owned by the same company, right? It's TJX
that's right.
Marshalls. So
in Natick, you can see it right. You can see it right off the pike as you're making your way in and out of the city.
This is a true story.
All right, last question on the Patriots, then we'll move into the bracketology.
Which they also own Christmas tree shops. So if you want to go holiday shopping at TJX or Marshalls, you can go to Christmas tree shops.
See, here we go. Amy Lynn, God bless you. I love you, Amy Lynn. But see, last year they had a team. The Bills just grabbed Von Miller and O.J. Howard. Pass can't keep up. This just in, guys. Breaking news. Patriots have canceled the 2022 season.
Yeah, that's it.
You're
It's
get
all
a full
over.
refund on your tickets.
Let's pack up. We bet all the unders.
Yeah, Red Wing Cafe, Mick Morgan's, Wormtown, Patriot Place. They've all shut down. Six String, CBS Sporting Club.
Guy Fieri's, is he have a place over there?
Guy Ferrari.
Like I said, I'll mispronounce anything. Yeah.
I know. Yes, it is a tough. Listen, if nothing else, Amy, if nothing else, it's a great schedule. It's a tough schedule, sure. This is a great Patriots schedule. You can go take in a road game in Green Bay this year. Check that off your Pats fan bucket list. You can go take in a game at Allegiant Stadium against the Vegas Raiders.
Vegas. We have to go. We got to go.
A, it's right off the strip. You can walk to it from the friggin' Luxor. B, it's Belichick versus Josh 2.0.
Hold on. There's
a DJ in the end zone, for Christ's sake.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, when I think of Vegas, I'm not thinking of the Luxor, okay? Granted, it's right next door to it, but that's not the casino or hotel that I want to be coming from, okay? Can it be the Bellagio at least?
Yes, I'm not a
the
huge
Venetian.
Fan I'm not a huge fan of, mints and bed bugs on my pillow either. I don't like carpet peeling off the wall. I don't need. I like my trash emptied. I like my shower clean as much as
I got a quick story time. My first trip out to Vegas, I had no idea about the hotels, and there was a place called the Imperial Palace. Do you remember the Imperial Palace? It's called the IP.
Yes, my parents used to always get steak teriyaki and lo mein from there.
Okay, so I'm at the Imperial Palace. I check in. I think the rooms are like $30, $40. This is like 1993, 94. I walk in and I'm trying to open the slider door to look outside in the pool. The slider door comes off the hinges and starts to fall out into the balcony, which is about 30 floors higher than the pool. So I have to basically brace my hands up against the slider door that fell off the hinges from flipping over the balcony and landing on a bunch of cockroaches probably at the pool. Okay, there were people down there. So that was it. I immediately had it stationary. I checked out and I went across the street to the Mirage. That was it. I said, "There's no way I can stay here." That was my experience at the Imperial Palace. The IP. Never went back.
That is literally the worst ad on Expedia or Travelocity that the worst 0-star review ever for the Imperial Palace.
I don't even think it's. I think somebody bought it. I don't even know if it's called.
But I'm also anymore. Dude, I'm not a boutique hotel guy.
It might be Planet Hollywood now. I think they bought it.
But I'm not a boutique hotel guy. I don't need to check in someplace and worry about the thread count or is this organic tea tree oil shampoo? I need a decent room with a comfy bed. And I want to make sure it's not wiretapped so there aren't any cameras recording my journey. All right, let's get to some bracketology right here. If there are two guys, you do not need any advice as to how to pick your Sweet 64, or however the hell you call it. If you want to fill out your brackets, and I'm sure everyone already has because everyone's in a $10 league with their friends. Everyone's doing a $20 bracket at work. March Madness usually turns into March Sadness real quick. because there's 5 easy wins, 6 different upsets, and 3, oh man, I knew I should have, because you pick all the teams based on where your friends went to college, what the kids chose, hey, I've seen them on TV before.
That's what I was going to do. Like in the first, like Gonzaga. I'm going to pick Gonzaga over Georgia State only because I remember the guy from last year, Timmy, with the mustache, the guy Timmy,
right.
the guy that plays this.
Oh, yeah, he was great. Can I also recommend you pick Gonzaga because they're the best college basketball team in the country?
Well, I don't know that, but I'm going to pick Gonzaga because of Timmy. Now, Boise State's playing Memphis. Well, I would have normally picked Boise State, but because I want the Patriots to draft a guy from Memphis, we're going to go with Memphis.
Oh, man, I went Boise State because I'm kind of a Boise State guy. I love Boise State football. I love the Smurf turf. I went Boise State. But, hey, 8-9 games, they can go either way.
All right.
How about opening round? UConn, New Mexico State. I mean you pick against.
You have to pick UConn. We have to pick UConn.
Even if he's not the coach, we're in Braintree. I grew up
Braintree.
in the same street.
I know.
The Jim Calhoun Memorial Basketball Court.
All right. That's an easy one. All right. Arkansas is versus the Syrups, Vermont.
Oh, how do you pick against Vermont? I mean, the Green State.
What are they? The Catamounts? Are they the Catamounts? Vermont.
Yeah, hold on. Vermont.
Catamounts. Someone in the chat.
Vermont.
Anybody in the chat know Vermont is the Catamounts? Maybe.
Vermont. They are the Catamounts. Yeah.
Boom! Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
We're gonna pick. I'm picking them in an upset just because I remembered their name, the Catamounts.
Right,
We're going with
we
Vermont.
already have our first hot prediction coming in from our viewership. Our pal Pat McSweeney watching on Facebook right now here on the SwingJuice Sports Drop. Watch out for South Dakota State.
Right here, baby. Right here, South Dakota.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, look at that! Of course you have to. Bring that up to the camera.
Little SwingJuice State collection, South Dakota.
Look at that. We might, you know what? Pat McSweeney might have to be tonight's win. He might end up, Pat, you're the front runner for tonight's SwingJuice
free giveaway. Yeah, we might have to do a free giveaway. So wait a minute, we haven't even got to San Diego State, but I would have picked them just for Steve Nelson, right? He went to South Dakota or North Dakota. Did Nelly go to?
I would pick San Diego State any day of the week, just because I want to.
Oh, we're not even on that team yet. All right,
we're not there yet. Hold tight.
All right,
Alabama versus the winner of Rutgers, Notre Dame.
So is Rutgers playing Notre Dame right now?
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: if Rutgers wins, I'm going to go Rutgers. If not, if it's Notre Dame, I'm going to go Alabama. Why? Because I'm always going to go with the team.
Yeah.
That Belichick loves to draft from. Now, if it's Rutgers, Notre Dame, if it's Rutgers, Alabama, I'll still go Rutgers.
Well, he did draft David Givens, didn't he? Didn't he go to Notre Dame?
Oh, damn, that's right. That was one of Ernie Adams' best draft picks too.
Right. Shit. Right, and maybe Jonas Gray. Was Jonas Gray?
Oh, Jonas Gray. The one-game wonder.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns
Hell
against
yeah.
the Colts on Sunday night, and then he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated and never saw the field again. Did he go to Notre Dame, Jonas Gray?
Because he overslept.
Was it, though? Did he oversleep? I don't know.
Jonas Gray College was, thank you, Google machine, Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Wow. I'm just a fountain of
by
good
the way,
information
watching
tonight.
Right now, whether you're watching on YouTube Live, on Facebook, on my Twitter feed, Dakota's, SwingJuice, etc., if you have a favorite team, a sleeper, a dark horse, whatever you want to let us know about for the bracket, holler at us and I'll put you on screen. And
I'm going with Alabama because we can't figure out the Rutgers Notre Dame. There's too much conflicting stuff, so I'm going Bama. Plus,
that's like, the chef isn't sure if he has this special or that special. All right, just give me what I like to usually order. I'll go with Bama. Texas Tech against Montana State.
You know what?
As they said in the Hunt for Red October, I would have liked to have seen Montana.
So you know what? I'm going to go with Montana. Do you know why? Because my new favorite show is Yellowstone. Good enough?
This is the logic that helps win brackets.
Exactly. Going with Montana. Bozeman, right. Montana.
In addition to the fact that he was the greatest quarterback until Tom Brady took the field. All right, Dakota takes Montana. All right. Texas Tech, Montana. Texas Tech
Montana.
Team too.
Yeah.
All right, 7 versus 10. This could go either way.
So
Michigan State versus Davidson. Little Davidson out of North Carolina.
So this is Magic Johnson versus Steph Curry, right?
Ooh.
Right? Like, what do you do here?
Ken Coakley, by the way, wants to correct you. Steve Nelson went to North Dakota.
It was one of the Dakotas, okay? I'm sorry. It was Midwest Dakota State, okay? That's where he should have went. Anyways,
Midwest Dakota State.
Yeah, it's a new school.
Here on the Sports Drop.
Midwest Dakota State. I love it. I'm going to go with Davidson. For the reason that Steph Curry.
Yeah, my
well, Steph Curry's a Red Sox fan. Steph Curry's a Red Sox fan. And his twin.
And by the way, doesn't Steph Curry, by the way, if you could get an NBA license for SwingJuice and you could make NBA T-shirts, wouldn't he be like the first NBA T-shirt you would make?
Yes, because he's a scratch golfer on top of it. He is a diehard scratch golfer.
Ooh.
Yes.
Well, you got to get him on a golf trip.
Yeah, Steph Curry. Let me call him. Hold on. Let me call Steph.
Who doesn't love Steph Curry? Even a Celtics fan, any fan. Who doesn't love Steph Curry?
His eyes are great. I love Del Curry. Del Curry in Cleveland on those bad teams with Granville Waiters.
Wow.
I'm aging myself right now.
Bring back. I love it.
All right, so we're going with Davidson.
I'm with you on that one. Duke, Cal State, Fullerton.
I'm going to go with Cal State Fullerton only for the fact that it would be so funny if Duke loses in the first round in Krzyzewski's final season. So we're going with Cal State Fullerton here with the big upset, 15-2.
You're okay. Go home picks. You're drunk. Even though, I mean, like, how much time do you think we're going to have to listen to, like, it's Mike Krzyzewski's? Even though it begins with a K-R and a Z, it's called Krzyzewski. It's Mike Krzyzewski's final March Madness. Aren't they just going to, like, make that so syrupy thick? It's just going to be the whipped cream on top of the syrup, on top of the chocolate chips you don't need on your like, you know, pumpkin spice pancakes. It's just going to be so cloyingly sweet. Going to hear it time and again. They were actually going to be doing what we always do, which is rooting for Duke to friggin' lose. So
let me tell you something. You know what the best thing that Mike Krzyzewski's ever done for us, the people, the viewers?
What?
Yes, I am. Do you remember the old commercial with him in the limos with the Yes, I am? He was the Yes, I am guy. There was a whole commercial bed of Mike Krzyzewski, of them going, hey, are you Coach Mike Krzyzewski? And he's going, yes, I am. This was
no way.
Great. Yes, you guys on the Intersfeb, okay? Do you remember the Yes, the Yes, I am? Search Yes, I am commercial, Mike Krzyzewski. It is hilarious. And there was like 8 different series of Krzyzewski and the Yes, I am. It was either maybe for light beer or I don't know what it was for. All I remember is Yes, I am.
I mean, the man's a living legend. I had, we'll just steer quickly into Fitzy's humble brag corner. I had the chance I produced a series of things for CBS years ago, and we were interviewing all these college basketball coaches. And I got to go to his office, which is like one of those secret doors, like that looks like a piece of the wall, and you push it in, and you go back to this gorgeous thing with all these trophies and everything. I wish I had a picture or some video of it.
So it was like Maxwell Smart and Agent 99 going to see Larry, right?
That month. He was so freaking great. He was such a nice guy, and it was just like meeting him. It was just like, you don't seem like you're a real person because you're so famous. And he was like, I am. Yeah, he was like, yes, I am.
Yes, I am. You have to.
So
hey, that's a callback in the comedic business, as Greg Murphy taught me one time.
Just because I spend too much time talking sports these days and not enough time on stage doesn't mean I don't got it. All right, moving into the Eastern bracket. We'll power through these. Baylor versus Norfolk State. I mean, that's the county you live in. How do you not pick Norfolk?
That, and I think there's a Norfolk State in Massachusetts, isn't there? Or no, there's a Westfield State in Norfolk, Mass. Maybe, I don't know. There's somewhere around here is Norfolk. Yeah. But I'm not going to do that. I don't want to go against Baylor. I can't go against Baylor.
Can't go. I mean, Baylor's great.
No.
Baylor's good. I think Baylor makes it to the Final Four.
Yeah.
All right, next up, North Carolina versus Marquette.
So this is Jimmy
U versus.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler, Marquette, Jay Crowder, others know him as Bay Crowder, some more Marquette guys.
Right.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Marquette because they're like a seasoned tournament team. And, UNC, who knows? I mean, who doesn't love rooting against UNC anyways? So I'm going to go with Marquette.
It's as fun as rooting against the house, rooting against an enemy at the table, rooting against the Yankees. It's a time-honored tradition and a total delight.
Yeah.
St. Mary's versus the winner of Wyoming, Indiana. That was Indiana. So it's St. Mary's versus Indiana. Those 5-12s, dude, the 5-12s, they are dangerous straits to navigate.
I don't know. If you didn't have the seedings next to it, and you said how to put the 5 or the 12 next to each of them, you probably would have put the 5 next to Indiana and the 12 next to St. Mary's, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we're going with St. Mary's, the 5 seed. The 12 seed would not, because they're normally the 12 seed. Indiana's normally a 5, and the 12 would knock off the 5. The papers just have it wrong,
now
so we're going to go with St.
Mary's.
Mary's.
To be the 5 and knock off the 12 and cut that shit.
That's correct.
UCLA, Akron. Go UCLA.
Ookla. So it's
Don't
Cameron
go
Cameron
LeBron's
Dalla.
hometown.
Who? LeBron? Oh, Cameron Dalla. I can't root against LA anyways. We're going to go with the Zips. I think Akron's the Zips, right? I think they are. All right, we'll go with Akron. That's the 13 versus the 4.
Going against LA, son of a bitch. Texas, Virginia Tech.
Ooh, the Hokies versus the Longhorns. Oof.
Hope everyone's filling out their brackets here so that when you win your office pool, your friendly pool, or the same pool that your fantasy football buddies dragged you into that you had no interest in being a part of, but you said yes to because, hey, what's Venmoing $20 to a buddy? Well, it's still money. We're going to help you win so that in a couple of weeks when you come back for a SwingJuice Sports Drop to be broadcast in the future, you can be like, hey, Dakota, hey, Fitzy, thanks, guys. You helped me make $550 that I'm not going to report to the government. You're welcome.
We've got some big underdogs now. We have got some big underdogs. I'm gonna go with Texas. I have enough underdogs on my table here, so I'm gonna go with the six ranked Texas.
Texas it is.
Yeah.
Once we get through the East, we'll do some lightning picks. Purdue versus Yale.
I'm going to go with Yale only because they're the lock company. I mean, who doesn't like Yale? You know, they protect ourselves, you know.
1,000%. If for no other reason.
Right?
This should have been called Stupid Reasons Why We Picked the Wrong Team. That's the new name of this segment. Stupid Reasons Why We Picked the Wrong Team.
Well, seems like hey, they seem like a lock in the game, you know.
Literally, you know what? Show yourself out. Show yourself out. Undo the Yale lock. Show yourself out. Okay, we got Murray State, San Fran.
I'm going to go with I actually had a shirt when I was growing up with Murray State, and I had no idea who they are at that point. I think they're in Tennessee, so we're going to go with Murray State.
All right, hold on. You know what I'm going to do right now? Here's what we're going to do.
They may be in Indiana. I don't know. I think they're in Tennessee, though.
Okay, they are not.
They're not?
Okay.
Murray State? Kentucky?
I will send anyone who's watching the program right now, first person in the comments to let me know without Googling where Murray State is, I'll send a GFY koozie to.
So so I didn't get any of it right. They're not in any of the towns I said?
Nope.
States?
No further guesses from you. Nope.
All right.
First person who names where Murray State is gets free. I'll mail you a GFY koozie this week. And anyone else who's ever watched one of these foolish videos before, they can testify. I am a man of my word. I send the prizes. I send the swag.
Where the hell is Murray State? Where is Murray State?
All right, well, we have to think about Murray State for a second. Last one in the East, Dakota. Kentucky against St. Peter's.
St. Peter's, I always love going to Florida. Love visiting the Don Cesar down in St. Petersburg Beach. So it must be nice down there. I'm going to go with St. Peter's. It's warm.
Great choice. And Pat McSweeney is our winner. It is in Kentucky. Murray State is
That's
in
close.
Kentucky.
Tennessee, Kentucky. They're like neighbors. That's like Braintree and Weymouth.
That's why they call it the Brayway Line or Braymouth or Waintree. They call it Tennessee or Kentucky.
Tennessee. Okay.
It may as well be Tennessee or Kentucky, for Christ's sake.
I like it.
Yes, home of basketball, bourbon, and marijuana. Kentucky.
And Danielle Boone, I think. I don't know. Maybe
Daniel Boone. I think he prefers Daniel, but that's fine.
Yeah. All right. So
we're two brackets. Here we go. Dakota, power through.
All right.
Quick response. No rationale. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
In the South, your 1 seed against your 16. Arizona against the winner of just go Arizona.
Yeah, got to go Arizona just because they have great iced tea. Go ahead.
I was going to go with the Gene brand from Walmart.
Okay, all right.
The denim brand. Okay, Seton Hall versus TCU.
Well, you got a Horned Frog versus a Pirate, so I don't know. I'm going to go Horned Frog. I'm going to go Horned Frog. I'm going to go TCU.
All right, hold on. Here we go. Classic. Here we go. Josh McGrath watching on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in, Josh. I don't follow college basketball enough to make educated picks. Obviously, neither do we. So I pick all the higher seeds to win. Gonzaga over Kansas in the final. Has all the higher seeds winning ever happened in the history? And how many other jackasses take this approach? The answer is most of us. Because who has the time to follow an entire season of college basketball through the NFL, into the holidays, beyond the Super Bowl, during the Depression, whenever you do a dry month, and then into NBA and NHL? No one really does. And unless you went to that school or you're like a college basketball family, this is not the way it works. This is absolutely the way. You don't make educated picks. You pick teams based off of if you've seen their name on an iced tea or a pair of jeans.
Exactly, like Arizona iced tea.
So stupid. God, I love it. All right, so congratulations. And you know what? Tonight we are all Josh McGrath. Nice job.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And
all right, here we go. Next.
Go ahead.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Houston versus University of Alabama, Birmingham.
I'm going to go with UAB only because of Uwe Blab. I think he played basketball way back when. Uwe Blab, right?
Solid.
Right? I mean, why not Uwe Blab, UAB? They're kind of similar. They come together.
Absolutely. I was going to say, if we're gonna make all these selections based off nonsensical choices, Houston is where the Patriots have won 2 Super Bowls. And Birmingham is where the USFL 2.0 is kicking off. Between those two, I value Houston more. That's why I went Houston.
Who's playing on opening night? The Denver Gold.
Chattanooga.
Illinois versus Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm going to go with Illinois. How's that? Because I have no other idea other than say, you know what, it's Tony Easton Country, Champaign, Illinois. We'll go with Illinois.
All right. I had to go with Chattanooga because that's where my mother was born. So, you son of a bitch. All right. Okay. Colorado State versus 11 seed Michigan.
Ooh,
if you
Colorado
choose the wrong
State.
team, Juwan Howard will bitch slap that beautiful 50-year-old face here.
Colorado State. I think, was it Ryan Yarbrough, the wide receiver? Did he go to Colorado State, or was that Wyoming? I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm going to go with Colorado State. I'm going to be anti-Michigan. So, we'll go with Colorado State.
And Ryan Yarbrough, football player, he went
Wyoming
to...
or Colorado State? Wyoming?
Get this man another one of those blue cheese stuffed olive dirty martinis. He went to the University of Wyoming. Atta boy.
Dude, I'm good. I'm telling you, there's so much like useless knowledge in my head about old time players, like where they went to school. It's insane. All right.
You could have just stopped it. There's so much useless knowledge in my head. That's fine. Okay, so we've picked teams based off of iced tea, denim brands, mothers' birthplaces, anti-Michigan bias. Next, Tennessee proper. The Volunteers against Longwood.
I don't know. I've never even knew Longwood had a basketball team. So for one, I'm surprised. I'm going to go with Longwood because back in the day when a team that you had no idea who they were showed up in the tournament, like Austin P for the first time, they'd win multiple games, and I've never heard of Longwood before, so Longwood it is.
Well, Jim, I have to say, it looks like Longwood is the new Austin P of the 2022 tournament.
Yeah.
From hell, back to you.
Well, where is Longwood? That is the question.
Actually, you know what? I have to pick Longwood. You want to know why? In addition to the
fact
because
you're Longwood. It's after a certain time. We're okay.
Of course. Oh, it's safe harbor now. We're fine. We can say whatever we want. Also, it's the internet, so no one gives a fuck. No, I'm 100% picking Longwood because there's a medical that's the Longwood Medical Center, I think, at Boston Children's Hospital, and there's no greater place in the world. You never want to be there, but if you're there, you know you're in the hands of the greatest people and the greatest professionals, so I'm going to go Longwood.
Okay.
Longwood
See,
Children's Hospital.
That's great rationale. That's why we play this game.
That's why the people are here at the SwingJuice Sports Drop, to get that kind of rationale and win big money. 7-10, Ohio State, Loyola.
I'm stumped. I'm going to go I'm going to go with Ohio State in this case.
Here's my favorite. All right.
I'm going to go with
Sam
Ohio
Mior,
State.
Sammy Mior. I think it's Mior, not Miori. Miori. I use a Miori strip on my nose whenever I'm congested.
Maya Moore? Maybe it's like an abbreviation.
Mayor, Sam Mayor. Sam I am. Wants to know, are there any cute mascots? Can she make any picks based off cute mascots?
Does she want us to be a mascot? Is that what she's saying? I mean, I can put the chicken on my
not.
head, and I can be the San Diego chicken.
Okay, no one asked for that. I also said, remember, it is pronounced Mayor. Okay.
Mayore. She's French.
Sam Mayor.
Je ne parle pas français, sans Mayore.
All right. It's not Mallorca, which is in Spain. Okay. Anyways, any cute mascots? We'll keep an eye out for cute mascots along the way. Thank you, Sam. Ohio State, Loyola. You're on the clock. Loyola, Chicago. 5, 4, 3.
Ohio State. We went with Ohio State. Yeah.
All right. Villanova against Delaware.
Yeah. So
now,
this
who
was
doesn't love Delaware? I mean, you want tiny little state, beautiful beaches, the home of Dogfish, great beer maker. Also, crooked little it's like Wyoming. It's like Rhode Island on steroids. That's where all the credit card companies are because you can apparently commit fraud down there and no one gives a shit.
No, so you're leading me down a path. I was going to say Delaware is the best state to put to domicile your corporation. So if you're starting a business, you want to domicile it, sign your corporation papers in Delaware. They're the most favorable laws in the country of any state. So
wait,
Delaware it is.
Is that why it happens?
Yes.
Is that why everyone, you get your credit card statement or your mortgage and it's like that?
Yep. They are the most favorable tax laws. Every rule that you have to worry about in other states does not apply in Delaware. It's like a wide open free state for corporations.
So
it's as close as you can get to like the islands or Switzerland. Let's put it that way.
Ah, beautiful. Officially moving to Delaware.
Well, I wouldn't do that. It's only for business corporations. It's not for people.
Right. No one actually. The funny thing is, no one actually lives there except for the Biden family.
Yeah, Joe Byron.
All right. Yep. Joe Byron. Jesus Christ. And finally, we have made our way to the last place either of us will ever live, the Midwest.
Yeah.
Your 116, Kansas versus two teams.
Texas
Southern. They won. So it's Kansas versus Texas Southern.
Yeah, well, one of my daughter's favorite movie growing up was The Wizard of Oz, and that takes place in Kansas. So we're just gonna go Kansas. How's that?
Ooh, good question right here. I would definitely go Kansas. There is no place like home. Pat McSweeney, our winner of the GFY Koozie tonight. 5 New England schools in the tourney this year. That's got to be a record. Let me see if I research.
Let's see.
Can you get to work on that while Dakota and I finish making the picks? Thank you.
I guess the question is, can we name, even though we have it in front of us, can we name all 5 New England schools? I don't know. Is Bryant in it?
I
think Bryant's in a play-in game. Maybe tonight.
They might be in a play-in game.
Or yesterday.
The most ever would have been like BC, URI, Providence,
UMass,
maybe Vermont, and UMass. I mean,
yeah.
5. Wow, 5.
BC Northeastern.
Here we go. Yeah. Jessica Blakely, number 1. Go Bryant.
Yeah.
And she says yes. As a matter of fact, they're playing right now.
Well, they're not on our list.
Now, Arthur Harold disagree. He's watching on the Book of Face right now. Says no, it isn't. It's not a record. Okay, thank you very much. And Jessica says they're actually playing Friday.
Huh.
Friday. Okay.
Friday with Fourier?
I'll be on the radio Friday. I can't watch that game.
I don't see Brian on my list unless we haven't got to them yet.
I'm now confused. That happens easily.
Maybe that's the NIT. I don't know.
Moving on, 8-9. Here we go. Here's the aforementioned San Diego State. San Diego State against Creighton.
Well, I'm going to go with Creighton only because I believe they're in Nebraska, and Nebraska has been selling like hotcakes our SwingJuice State collection tees. Nebraska is number 1 this week. I don't know why. Maybe people just love golfing in Nebraska, but we launched our SwingJuice.com state collection, like the Massachusetts and Dakota, and for some reason we sold more Nebraska State T-shirts this week on the launch than any other state. So I'm going to go with Creighton.
Hey, shout out to Arthur Harold. Go Womps. Just a couple Braintree boys making silly on the internet, talking sports and loving life. That's right.
What famous Womp went to Bryant, by the way? Basketball star.
Ooh, good question.
Center? Tall.
Who is it?
I have to think about it. I know. I lost the train of thought.
No,
I'll have to think.
Wait, you literally asked the question and then you didn't know the answer.
I know the answer, but I just don't know the answer. Like, I know the answer, but don't know.
I need more host juice. Research, can you bring me another host juice?
But there was a famous Braintree High that ended up going to Bryant, circa like 1990, 91, 92. He led the team in scoring and then went and played at Bryant.
All right, we will hope that the internet and everyone watching can figure that out for us because I got no flipping idea. So who'd you go with? You went Creighton. Okay, very good.
I'm going Creighton.
512, the famous 512.
Yeah,
Iowa,
this one.
Richmond.
You know what? I had a lot of Ricky Davis talk over
the Spiders.
Yeah, I had a lot of Ricky Davis mentions this week for triple doubles, him pounding it off the basketboard. He went to Iowa. You know what? That's just bad juju. So I once drove down 95 South to Florida, and I finally figured out where Richmond was. It was in Virginia. So I'm going to go with Richmond.
Apparently, an awesome place to live as well. Great city. Everyone says high quality of life down there in Richmond. A lot of advertising, a lot of professionals. A lot of beverages, beautiful vistas, not too far from the beach. Good quality of life down there, I hear. Arthur Harold, the late show hero here on the Swing.
There it is. Oh, it's Brown. Hey, it was Braintree. It was a B, but it was the same thing. They're both Rhode Island schools. They both have brown. Bryant wears brown uniforms, I think. Brown is brown.
What are we doing?
It is Billy Coffee, though. That's what I was trying to think of.
Awesome. Of course it was. I should have known. I'll take a lap afterwards. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you for being a better researcher than the two guys on camera right now. All right, you're next up.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, come on. Ooh, this is going to be tough because I know your affinity for the Dakotas and/or it's also your handle. It's like if I picked against Fitzy State, Providence College versus South Dakota State.
You know what? This is a tough one. Not only that, but you know what? SwingJuice were domiciled in Rhode Island, Providence. A founder, John Mason, is a Providence Friar. I have other friends that went to Providence, but I'm gonna go with San Diego State in the upset over Providence.
All right. Again, it's South Dakota State, but that's fine.
Okay, South Dakota State.
Nailed it. How could you pick against New England and/or where your company is domiciled?
I don't know. It just seemed like the right thing to do.
All right, before we get to this one, it's a 6-11. I want to relay this nugget. Over the last 5 years, you ready for this? Over the last 5 seasons, this is a 6-11. 6 and 11s, it's 50-50. So if you're looking to pick some upsets, if you want to just get crazy and make some big money, 11s upset 6s 50% of the time.
It's a true 50-50.
Go Drew Bledsoe. Go Julian Edelman. Go your favorite character from Stranger Things. 11s upset 6s 50% of the time. I think it's over the last 5 seasons in the Big Bad Tourney. So there you go.
Okay, so how many LSU Patriot players can you mention? Let's see. Tommy Hodson, Rohan Davey.
Rohan Davey, of course.
Anybody else from LSU?
I don't think there's anybody from LSU on the team right now. I think there are no friggin' current Pats on the from LSU. So fuck them. Iowa State it is.
Well, wait a minute. How many Iowa State guys are there?
I don't know. They're named after the Cyclones. Who wants to name their team after something that causes havoc and disaster? That's what I hope they wreak on the court.
All right, let's go with LSU. We'll go after Rohan Davey.
Wow.
All right.
Are there any? No, I can't think. I don't think there's anyone. We don't have any receivers, no tight ends, no linemen. Nope.
First of all, if we had a receiver from LSU, okay, he'd be our best receiver. We'd be a stud shop right now. Yeah, Kevin Falk. Wait a minute, Kevin Falk, another guy from LSU.
Against Kevin Falk.
Exactly.
Kevin Falk, to be remembered, he should be bronzed outside. You know, everyone's like, oh, what are we going to name, like the airport or a bridge or something after Brady? No, they should build a statue of Kevin Falk in the Brady jersey when he had his hands held high in the blazer looking to the side at the 2016 NFL draft for his defiance to the Deflategate bullshit. Remember that at the draft, and he wore when he announced the pick, he wore the Brady jersey? That was...
He was also on the recipient of Tom Brady's one of his worst passes of all time.
Are we talking 4th and 2?
Yeah. It's a terrible pass.
He made it. Wasn't a great pass, but he made it. He made the line.
He had to reach behind. If he led him in front, he would have got it and made the turn and got the first down. Much like Wes Welker, he threw it behind Wes Welker. Welker had to reach up behind, and he dropped it.
Even Bill O'Brien had the stones to come out and say that wasn't a drop. I know, but
bad
Welker
pass.
should have had it. David Patton made the catch in Super Bowl 36. Why am I going to go down this hole at this point when we still have to finish the freaking...
David Patton, who worked for you at UPS in his spare time before he signed the
God bless him.
contract
R.I.P.
with the Patriots.
Patriots legend. Three last games. Wisconsin, Colgate.
Well, Colgate, I think, is in... No, it's not in our backyard, but New York? Or is Colgate in Vermont?
New York. New York
It's
State.
in New York. All right, that counts as a New England state in my book. So we're going to go with Colgate. Plus, that's what I brush my teeth with. Who doesn't
It's the
use
Northeast.
Colgate?
I know. In Wisconsin, I got family in Wisconsin. It's a sneaky great state. I'd go Wisconsin, but you want to go Colgate.
But Colgate, keep your teeth clean with Colgate.
Keep your teeth, guys. Listen, if you're going to show up and hang out with a couple of knuckleheads from Braintree, enjoy a beverage, and talk sports on a live stream, please at least promise that you're going to practice good dental hygiene.
Or with a good dentist hygienist.
USC, Miami, 7-10. The
Ooh,
old
that's a
7-10
classic.
split. As a couple of Candlepin fans,
Yeah. 7-10 split. Okay. Fitzy, finally. We're an hour in. Finally.
thank you.
Thank
you, everybody.
The seventh. You should have a little button that shows like that little, like when you're at the bowling alley and it shows the 7-10 up on the screen and it shows the guy like the Eminem guy or whatever with the 7-10 split and how do you hit it? That's what you need. You need a little graphic.
First of all, hat tip props and hip hops to Josh McGrath. We do have two LSU Tigers. Go Tigers. Go Tigers. Coach Ed Ogeron joins the chat. Jalen Mills and Devon Godshow. And also, how about this? Elizabeth Nettle with this little nugget. I love a little nugget in the show, Elizabeth. Colgate was actually in Canton, Mass. a long time ago. Did you know that?
Does that
Back
mean
in the
it's
old
one of?
industrial age.
Does that mean it counts as one of those 5 or 6 New England schools that are in the tournament?
Fan. I guess so.
Yeah.
But now we got to go Colgate. Obviously, you already did.
I was a forethinker. I was ahead of the game.
Now I'm changing my pick to LSU. Okay, I'll fill that in my bracket now. Last two, USC against Miami. I mean, two of the greatest party schools, two college football powerhouses from long ago, two places I definitely wish I matriculated my way to undergraduate action. What do you say? USC,
I'm a big fan of Miami Beach and going down to Miami on every vacation I have a chance. So I'm going with Miami all the way. USC, that's Scalabrini country. So let Scal do his thing out at USC. I'm going University of Miami. Go you.
Right, you're going to go
the
with
U.
the Canes. All right.
Yeah.
Got to go you. Easily still maybe the best 30 for 30, one of the greatest sports documentaries of all time. If you've never seen it, check it out.
The convict one?
Good.
The
The University of Miami, so good.
What about the
and lastly,
convicts, the
Auburn.
Catholics and the converse? Convicts and the Catholics
Right.
or whatever.
Auburn versus Jacksonville State.
So normally you'd want to go with Auburn here, but since we're going off the walls, all I can think about with the USFL is that old TV series, the Jacksonville Bulls. There was an old HBO like offshoot of some football team, and the owner was like super hot, and they were called the Jacksonville Bulls, I think. Do you remember this old show on HBO? There was the Jacksonville Bulls.
First and 10.
Was it called First and 10? Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Jacksonville Bulls was the team on this HBO kind of series. So I'm going to go with.
Was on the show.
Was it really?
Terrible show.
First and 10?
It was the show. I mean, it was football TV before football. Yeah. Yeah. First and 10 HBO. Hold on, I guarantee you.
See, we
Google
really
machine
need
says-
you need an intern for this.
First and 10, 1984 premiered on HBO. I
Yeah.
definitely need an intern. So we've
Jackson.
established tonight. Always make the worst picks. Definitely bring a beverage to the party. I need an intern. We need a Keno girl.
Keno girl. Do you imagine if we actually had a Keno girl with the Keno numbers up in the upper hand corner here, and like the Keno numbers would just keep popping, and then we could play Ghetto Keno like
Again, overtime with the budget. Also, great point from Kevin English, who's watching tonight on YouTube. Good call on the U documentary as the best of all of the 30 for 30s. The Bartman 30 for 30 is the GOAT. What a friggin' drama. Did you see that one?
I have not seen the Bartman one. No.
I've actually never seen the Bartman one. I felt so badly for that guy the night I saw him reach out over Moises Alou, who immediately threw a shit fit, and then the Cubs melted down, and Mark Pryor gave up hit after hit after hit. So much worse than leaving Pedro in against the Yankees did Grady Little in 2003. That was just, I mean, both teams with those epic meltdowns in 2000.
And who was the left fielder for the Cubs that would have caught that ball?
Moises Alou.
You're 100% correct.
Come on, I know.
Got traded from the Florida Marlins, I think. To the
That's
Cubs.
right. After they unloaded the Florida
they dismantled
the Florida Marlins. Yeah. They dismantled the Marlins after Laurie won his first World Series.
So we're pretty much done with round one anyways. We have no time to go into anything else. I think that was good. I think round one.
Give me your pick. Give me your winner.
Oh, man.
I'll give you my Final Four. My Final Four is Gonzaga against UCLA, and then I got Villanova against Kansas. That leads to Gonzaga versus Kansas, and your NCAA 2022 men's basketball winner. March Madness concluding in April gives you the Kansas Jayhawks. Your basketball
Really? Yep. Really? Okay. I was going to go with Arizona as my winner. I was going to take one
the refreshing
chalk.
choice.
The refreshing choice, Arizona. I don't know. I mean, they're the only number one seed I have winning in the first round. So right. I have no shot in anything else. But what did you think though of the guy that bought Tom Brady's ball for $500,000 and now it's worth pretty much what, zero?
Oh my God! If you're watching right now on Facebook or Twitter. Or maybe just go to Instagram. This guy, Bottle Rocket, made the best little video of the guy who bought the Tom Brady $518,000 last touchdown ball and his reaction to what might have happened after he learned that Brady came back. It's just fucking priceless. I was thinking whoever sold in that ball, like Lloyd's in London and Sotheby's, whatever auction house it went through, they have to say, okay, you can keep this, and we will then secure the rights to Tom Brady's ultimate final touchdown pass, and then that ball will be yours. Because you can't literally pay $518,000 for something that's supposed to be certified a valid artifact and then have it be invalidated by somebody coming out of retirement or decertifying its authenticity. That's bullshit. Or Brady should just say, Brady should be a dude about it and say, I promise this guy, since you were willing to pay that much for a piece of the history I created, I'll make sure that ball gets sent to you or something like that.
What happened?
Dude, that's some bullshit.
Well, you know what he could have done? See, upon checkout online, went right before the payment page, there's that little box that says, hey, insure this purchase for $19.95, just like the airlines do, and insure your airline ticket. And the guy said, I'm not going to insure it for $19.95, and he left it unchecked and just checked out. So...
there needs to be.
I'm sure
there needs to be an insurance box.
They should. The little thing checkout, $19.95.
Mass hold 1977. He's frustrated. Come on, Pat, do something. I told him. We addressed that in the first half of the show. I'm a little nervous, but I understand the process. I will trust in it like I do Belichick. Dakota is calm, cool, and collected. He's triple C, and he's ready for the Patriots.
What do you mean? I'm calm? Is that I don't get it?
Yeah, you're not worried about it,
I mean, I'm chill on the Patriots for next season.
Yeah.
Okay, because we were both right. We both had them to make the playoffs last year during our over/under show. And by the way, you owed me dinner for the Denver Broncos under because you thought they were going over, and
I thought they were going over 8.5. They finished 7-10. Can I take them over 8.5 this year with Russell Wilson?
God no. I'll give you 10.5. You can go over it.
I'll take the over.
Over 10.5 for double or nothing.
On the Broncos this year?
Broncos.
Right now, yes.
So they got to win 11 games.
All right. Do you want me to still buy you that dinner? Am I still buying you supper?
Yes.
Kid, or do you want to do a dinner double down?
No. I want to cash in, and then I'll enjoy next year's dinner.
Okay, so this year's dinner is on the under on Denver, but next year's dinner is on me saying they'll go over 10.5. Done. You guys heard it here first.
That's good.
Sam Mayor, Joe Swords, Masshold, 1977, Kevin English, Pat McSweeney, everyone else has heard it. Picked it here first. Done deal. Yes, Showland 1999. It seems like last year's free agency was the aberration. This seems like past as usual. You, friends, Slolan, 1999, have watched a little football before. Yeah, absolutely nailed it. Last thoughts. Reds. Last 2 minutes before we wrap out. Not a great day for the Sox. Who's had the worst spring so far? The Patriots in free agency or the Red Sox? Losing a lot of the players they wanted, seeing Kyle from Waltham become Kyle from Philly. Seiya Suzuki signs with the Cubs. Oh, and Chris Sale's out for at least a month with a stress fracture. Stress fracture.
That's good. That's actually good news, since Chris Sale would probably break down later in the season anyways. This saves his arm. So by July, August, September, October, he can give us 4 good months. He's that deadline acquisition deal, right? By bringing him on. So I don't have a problem with Chris Sale getting hurt. I do have a problem when they got rid of Eddie Rodriguez. I didn't want him to go. I thought, he's a guy that they truck out all the time, and you know what you're going to get from him. You're going to get a great game or a shitty game, and that's something. That's something, That's
a fair point. So don't put the miles early on Sale. Make sure he's healthy, fully healthy, and ready for the run. They do have the flexibility of guys like Whitlock and Pavetta, and especially
Taylor
Tanner
Houck,
Houck, who I love, that you can move all over the rotation, to the bullpen, to the back end, which is great. I'm curious if they get after Freeman or if they actually go after another hitter, and if they can convince Bogey, the X-Man, to stick around, because I know he's not happy and said he's a shortstop, and they're like, we're not so sure about that.
Yeah, that's kind of that's kind of like uncomfortable actually hearing. How's the guy that's been one of the better offensive shortstops, and defensively he's okay, he's not bad, and just say, we're going to bring in a guy, and you're going to have to move over to third.
Oh, Correa? Yeah, we'll bring in Correa, and you get to play second base.
Like, politically, they must have an issue with Xander Bogaerts for them to even come out and say that.
No, he's like a team leader, man. He's a good. If there's anyone they had an issue with, it's like guys like,
No, I like Xander. I'm saying what they're doing him dirty, I think, by saying we're not going to keep him. Because if you bring in Correa, that means he's gone. Xander's gone. They're going to have to trade him.
So
they're doing him dirty.
And they let him walk when he opts out, or you trade him this year.
No,
I want them to keep the X-Man, too.
Well, where are you going to play him? If you got Correa, where are you going to play him?
You can't. And what are you going to do? Move him? Are you going to ask Bogey to take a move to third, like when he came in for Middlebrook in 2013?
And then what are you going to do with Devers?
Move him to first. And then what do you do with Dalbec? Or what if you sign Freeman?
Exactly.
Put him in right. You put him in right. No, it's a mess. They have and then you got Cassius coming up next year. Marcelo Mayer is going to be your shortstop of the future in 2 years. That kid's supposed to be fucking fantastic. So they've got this weird deficit of players at certain positions. Then they have a surplus in others. Facts only department checking in. Baseball isn't boring. Joe Kelly wears it. You need to too. Go to SwingJuice.com right now. Pick up your Baseball Isn't Boring shirt. Speaking of Swing Juice, Paul Woods watching live right now on the YouTube. Okay, guys, explain the name of the show. It's as simple as this. We want to talk sports. Dakota runs SwingJuice.com, and a drop is a drop in golf. It's a proper drop. So we gave it the name, the SwingJuice Sports Drop. That's our fun little name for
a drop or a drip. Anything audio. You can drop anything.
Right. An audio drop. Show drop, a microphone drop, a needle drop, a drop in the game of golf. That's cute, clever, something memorable.
Oh, and by the way, for those of you that are still here, on Swing Juice tonight, swingjuice.com, there's I believe a buy one, get one offer going off for 50%. So buy one, get one, I think, automatically on checkout tonight at midnight. See, we're going to do a discount code for you, Fitzy, and then no, we got a 50% off anyways coming at midnight, so it was going to be too crazy. But anyways, if you guys love golf, go to swingjuice.com. You'll find a plethora of stuff there for on and off the golf course.
So the 50% off is running now or after night?
I think it's at midnight. I try to get him to turn it on during the show, but you're going to have to wait.
And the last question, Dakota, would you throw Julio Jones got released by the Titans. Would you throw money at him, yes or no?
For zero, like a couple of $1 million, yeah, bring him in.
You've made enough money. You've been able to buy back all the diamond earrings you lost when you were jet skiing in a lake. Who cares?
Yeah, I want to bring him in with Jamison Crowder, and now I've got 2 guys that I know that on 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6, you can throw the ball and they're going to catch it. That's it. And we didn't really have any of those guys last year that could do that. So I'm okay with bringing in Julio Jones on the cheap. And everybody will go, wow, Belichick's a genius. They didn't have to give up 2 ones and pay the guy $40 million last year. They got him for nothing and a $2 million sign.
Tennessee had to pay all that money, and they gave up a second-round pick. And we already did that with Sanu. I don't need to see them do that garbage again. We're already pissing away a fortune on Aguilar. If he's willing to come here and be the tall outside guy, they can get 10 games out of him for a couple $1 million. I would take a flyer on him in a heartbeat.
So Arthur must be playing.
Arthur Harold wants.
Yeah, he must be hitting from the ladies' tees. Okay, that because that green's about 325. It needs to be smoking downwind. I'm gonna guess that Arthur from the Blues is gonna have trouble hitting it over the creek. Okay, all right. So
that's
on 17,
by the way, that's his new nickname, Arthur from the Blues.
Arthur from the Blues. Anyways, to me, I just take the 4-iron now at Braintree on 17 and just lay up, and then have a 155, 175 shot out, put it in the middle of the green, and 2-putt for par, and get on to 18. No need to try to drive the green.
Iced tea over here. Must be nice, huh? Must be nice to run a merch company, gamble your fortunes away, drink martinis, and play golf for a living. All right. I think that wraps up the inaugural SwingJuice Sports Drop, previously known as Fitzy and Friends or whatever else when Dakota and I get together on the live stream, talk sports. Again, this is obviously his last one as he's coughing his days away. It's been a pleasure sharing your final live stream, Dakota.
Hey, listen, don't say that. But if it is, I just want to thank everybody for having me. Okay. And
I want to thank the Academy. I want to thank my parents.
And someone please close out my tab at Davio's in Braintree, okay?
No, dude, you have... there'll be an eternal flame lit outside for you, as well as an eternal tab that the rest of us will eat and drink on forever. Steve DiFilippo would honestly be living in Chelsea without you. God bless you.
There will be outdoor seating, by the way, Friday. We'll have the seats out at Davio's in Braintree. I was informed today that outdoor seating is back.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Hey, AMOC89, thanks for joining in. Thanks for catching the end of it. If you want to go back, first half an hour, we talked NFL. Second half an hour, we picked I would argue the single-handedly the greatest bracket in history. With not
I got them all.
Left. It's right there. All right, Dakota's actually going to screen cap this, and he's going to put it out on Twitter and Instagram. I'll make sure to retweet and repost it as well. The bracket guaranteed to win you absolutely nothing. Brought to you by your friends at the SwingJuice Sports Drop. He's at Dakota Happas. I'm at Fitzy GFY. Steve Dakota Happas. Your old pal Nick Fitzy Stevens. I'm on WEEI Friday. I'm Merloni and Poirier. You can go to swingjuice.com for all your fun lifestyle, golf and baseball, apparel, and so much more. We'll be back next Wednesday at 7 o'clock for another sports drop. Probably going to stick to the Wednesday at 7 o'clock time unless you guys tell us otherwise, or until football season, which is when we'll probably transition to Thursdays at 7 and try to be your official pregame for Thursday Night Football. By the way, what do you think about all the money the announcers are making and the Buck and Aikman official Monday Night Football? Got to be honest, would love that money. Buck's getting 5 for 65, Aikman 5 for 90. But I think they're going to restore the luster to Monday Night Football, man. I think Monday Night Football is going to be like must-watch. Like, you got the best broadcast team in football on Monday nights again.
Fitzy, just think about it. You are closer to a $50 million contract as a broadcaster on ESPN than you were Yano Smith $50 million for the Patriots, okay? You could have been somebody, Fitzy. You could have been.
Hey, instead, I could have been a contender instead of a bum and a live stream host, which is what I am. I have fun doing what I do.
Do you ever still talk to any of those guys from the ESPN contest?
Oh, yeah, totally. Well, sadly, unfortunately, a couple of them, a couple of the guys that hired us way back in the day from ESPN, when I worked with them doing content years later, a couple of those guys passed away. But when I was on Dream Job doing the sports anchor, the ESPN Sports Center anchor host pursuit from 2004, I talked to a bunch of them. Great guys.
Nice.
Awesome guys. Mike Hall was on the Big Ten Network. Zachariah, they're still good buddies. Great guys, too. That was a blast, man. Hey, I didn't get my first exposure to live television and mainstream media was having people shit all over me on the internet and call me the Smug Factor. Smug Factor. That's going to be, you know what? Here we go. We're going to sign
Smugfactor.com?
I'll make sure right now. Here we go. He is Dakota from Braintree. Make sure you follow him at Dakota Happas. And your old pal Fitzy right here. Here we go. I'm gonna be my own production department right here. Here we go.
Wow, look at you go. We don't need a Keno girl.
There he is, the smug factor right there.
You know, you should change your handle to the smug factor.
I really, honestly, if I decide to just kick the entire 50 thing to the curb, It's definitely going to be the smug factor. This was a friggin' blast. My favorite part of the show was when you picked a team based on your favorite iced tea brand.
I mean, who doesn't like Arizona iced tea? I mean, come on.
Who doesn't, right? Honestly,
who doesn't like getting their hair? Who doesn't like getting their hair done in Arizona? You know.
Exactly.
Right? They have those salons.
January in Arizona. Salons. Exactly. Who's not going to retire to Arizona? All right. As always, thanks very much. Appreciate you guys. Follow at FitzyGFY. We'll talk to you soon. Buy your good stuff for baseball and golf at SwingJuice.com. Russian warship, go fuck yourself. And we will see you guys next week. Thanks again.
Bye, guys.